Hey, I was thinking to myself, I'm getting gray hairs here now, and they're getting intense. This January this year, I used to have one. Now it's like one, two, three, four, five. There's more here. There's one here. Probably also my pubes. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is being a black man, in South Africa, like trying to start a business. I'm talking about starting a business the right way, like in terms of like having a vision for the business and saying to yourself, this thing needs to last for decades. Like it needs to self-sustain. You know, it's a very difficult thing to do to start a business from scratch so it can self-sustain itself and pay people reasonable amounts of money so people can live off that money that they're earning from that business. The painful part with this thing is that when you're starting a business with people, and then you're gonna get most like-minded thinkers. Say you're starting it on your own, but then you're gonna have like-minded people who are gonna help you run this business. So, but the problem now is the fact that because of they feel like they are your peers and they feel like they are your equal, or maybe some of them are better than you in certain aspects. Because the reason why you put them in the space in the first place is because of you know that they can do certain things better than you, but because of they can do those things better than you, now they feel like they can run their own businesses to compete with you. They were never in this. They didn't have a vision. Maybe they did have a vision. Maybe they did have plans. Maybe they might open in the future, but they didn't open it when you did open it, and you were the one who went to them and say, "Hey, man, friends, come, join me. Let's do this. Let's work together. Da, da, da. I'm the owner, but you guys are gonna help me achieve this. Whatever. We can all get paid." And then sometimes when the money comes, and then everybody gets a fair share of what they deserve in the business. But the problem is with us black people is that whenever one of us starts a business, in my case, I do comedy, I do a comedy festival. I don't know how many times I had to close it down, restart, close it, restart. I've been doing this comedy festival every year, except for, even last year I did it, yeah. So, but the thing is like, I do this now, I have to do it undercover. As disguised as something else, but it's the same concept. For every year, I do it like around September, but this year I haven't done anything because I'm focused on something else. And I'm also in Cape Town. Um, so like, but people who decide, man, I digress. People who decide to run their own businesses in parallel to yours, to compete with you now, and by doing so, it's like Oros, man. It's stronger on the first. When you first put Oros in your glass, né? And then you take the same amount of Oros, you put it in a jug. When it's in a glass, small glass, né? It's a little bit of Oros, like a shot of Oros, a little bit in a glass, tastes nice. Same amount, né? In a jug. Jug's a jug now. You pour water, né? So you pour 2 glasses. The taste is different. The taste has lost its veracity now. It's that thing, that's that zing that says I'm drinking Oros now. And you put another glass in there. Now we're just drinking. I don't know what we're drinking now. This is no longer Oros anymore. It's water with a yellow substance inside. Orange substance. Like that's just how it feels with this thing. You know. I just feel like we need to, as black people, man. If there's one of us who starts something and then approaches you, whoever is watching this, to say, let's do this. Let's not say it's not about the people who are child people's monies, yada yada yada. Even in that case, you are not the visionary of this thing. Start your own thing somewhere else, like different thing from this thing. Don't be because of you were cheated here by this guy who was a visionary. All of a sudden, sometimes, in most cases, I'm learning now myself right now that it's very difficult to run a business as a black person. It's hard. It's difficult. The challenges, the stresses, and sometimes you have to decide. But sometimes it's like, and more, in my case, I was for many times I've been in this moment where it's like there's a certain amount of money that's available for the business to run. With this amount of money, this business can thrive for a year, right? You can pay for my things, you can pay for certain things to make the business to keep the business afloat. You can have petrol for 6 months or airtime, whatever to do to make more, to make sure you pay rent, whatever. But then if you don't pay that only can happen if you don't pay your people. And I always choose to pay people, and then leave, and then the business will find itself. We'll figure it out, And that's always been my thing, where it's like I always choose to pay people than paying for the business needs at the what do you call this thing? I need the I don't know how to say they use the word behest. I don't know if it's the right at the expense, that's the word I'm looking for, of the people that we're working with. I'm not saying employees, the people that you're working with, the people that are helping you start this thing, to make this thing work. Most businesses will choose their business over their employees. And I have chosen employees over the business because I believe that I can restart this thing and just keep it going. It's gonna set me back a little bit, but at the same time I'm choosing the people more than the business. On the other hand, government people. You go to government people, you approach them. As a black person, it's going to take you 3 years to approach you without any level of like Funba corrupt here. It's going to take you longer. Sometimes they will look at your vision and take your business idea and go and implement it to somebody else who has no vision. There's no understanding of what this thing is. They can read the page or the 4-page the 4-page proposal. They can see, okay, this is what this person is trying to say, or this is what this person is talking about. And then what they'll do is they'll take the same concept, implement it somewhere else with somebody else, where they can earn more as office bearers of government. And that's another case. But it's very difficult because even as a black person going to find sponsorship. Like, for example, I got a comedy festival. Do you know how many times I went to Savannah as a business? They only gave me a pellet the first time. I felt insulted. 10 years in business of comedy, with all the experience, running shows, producing award-winning comedians. They don't care about the proposal. You're black, you went to a township school, it's not going to work, it's too much of a risk, sorry, man. And then they go give all the money to white people. And and you see, this is not even like a secret. It's like, why are you being racial? No, it's not a racial thing. It's a matter of, where did you go to school? Who do you know? How do you know those people? And therefore, we can't give you, it's too much of a risk for you. As much as we know that you, Mr. Maki, you are a comedian, whatever, you have award winner, what, still, we don't care. White guy comes in, here's a white guy. Here's white guy means $1 million, you have your fun. And it's a problem. And you must just stop chowing people's money, man. You get paid, pay those people. If you promise people money, pay them what you have to pay them, what you need to pay them. Don't worry, you'll make this money again. Because we're struggling as a black business, as small business owners, because of the fact that I'm not talking about opening a shop. I'm talking about real money. Like on the onset, you make real money. That's what I'm talking about. Proper money. I didn't think this video was going to take 10 minutes. But it did. Maybe I'll discuss this thing some other time. It just came to me now, man. Just to talk about this thing. It's very difficult, Yeah. I will.